Henry Hynoski is here of the New York Giants. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you, Don?
Man, that's a heck of a suit you got on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I was told to dress nice, so.
All right, excellent, man. Oh, yeah, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's radio. Now it's television now, too, so you got to.
Exactly.
We were just talking off the air. There's a heck of a offseason the Giants have had, huh?
Yeah, incredible. I mean, free agency was a huge period for us, and we had a lot of big pickups, especially in the offensive line area. Schwartz and Walden, two great guys right there. Big pickup in Rogers Cromartie, running back in Jennings, who I'm really excited about working with. He's a tremendous player, real good locker room guy, leader in the room. So I'm excited that he's on board also. And, all the guys across the board, we, addressed all the needs that we had to, and, it's going to be a great year for us.
So now here comes the draft. And I just suggest, I don't know if you were listening out there, that you have to be in the business of protecting your franchise quarterback.
Absolutely.
And you guys didn't do the greatest of jobs last year protecting him. I'm not going to make excuses for Eli, but he was running for his life, and that's not a guy you want running with a football. Could you see them drafting an offensive lineman in the first round?
I absolutely could. And, as far as I'm concerned with the draft, we addressed the areas that we need to. Everything now is just a bonus. And I could see him doing that, but you never know what's going to happen. The only person that knows right now is Jerry Reese and, a couple of the front office people. So, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of different ways it can go, and that's what makes this so great. All the experts pick, certain guys that they have lined up going at our pick and this and that. But, that's what makes us so special. We get the guys that we need, like Justin Pugh last year, for example, first-round draft pick, He did an incredible job last year. He really did well, and progressed as the season went on, and he's only going to get better as a player. And I thought that was a huge pick for us.
Herman Edwards was just on ESPN before, and he said that, and Jaworski agreed with him, that free agency is where you go out and get the player that you need to help you win. The draft is where you build your organization. You agree with that?
I do. I really do. But if you look at the way we draft, we have a lot of guys come in that play right away. Pugh example for last year, and we find guys in later rounds that play right away too, and free agent guys, Victor Cruz. We get great pickups in free agency. So the front office, the management, they really do their homework and get these guys, in the later rounds and in free agency that, are sleepers but are great players at the same time, and they can step in right away and contribute.
All right, let me read you a headline, and I want you to react honestly, because I don't think you've seen this yet.
Okay.
If Johnny Manziel falls, Giants would seriously consider taking him, source says.
I don't see that happening whatsoever.
I love that. That's why I wanted to get the honest reaction from you. But see, and this is what I want to ask you. I don't know how behind the scenes you are with the draft or how it works inside that war room. But I mentioned it in the opening of the show. I think every piece of information that we've gotten over the last couple of weeks is complete BS. I think general managers have fun with the media. I think they like throwing out little juicy tidbits to maybe try to get them off the scent of what they're really going to do. Do you buy anything that leaks out this time of year?
Honestly, no. I really don't take much stock into it. The general managers, the front office people, personnel, the scouts, they all know who their top guys are on the board. I think it is a mind game. I think they do play tricks, with one another just to kind of trick other teams, all this information that leaks out, it's all just hearsay. The GMs and management, they know what they're going to do. I'm sure the Giants have their pick in mind right now. I don't think it comes to last-minute decisions. I think that's kind of what happens in the first round. But then again, I'm not a GM. I'm not in the front office. I'm a player, and that's why I'm a player. So.
No, but you're a pretty smart player, and just the reaction off that headline tells me you know what you're doing. Let's take some phone calls at 1-800-919-3776 if you got a question for Henry or how the Giants are going to go or how they can be better for next year. 1-800-919-3776. I look at your 7-9 season. There's two ways you can look at it. It was kind of a soft 7-9 because of the fact that you started 0-6.
Right.
Or you can look at it and say, hey, you started 0-6 and look how well you did in the second half of the season, that maybe it was a good 7-9, a good indication of how it could be next year for you. How did you look at your 7-9 season?
The way I look at it, when we were 0-6, the feel in the locker room was, okay, new season. Last 10 games, we won 7. If we could just put that together a little earlier, we're in the playoffs. We're making a run. just things just weren't falling our way in the beginning of the season. We were snake bitten with injuries. That was, I don't care what anybody says, that kind of takes the air right out of a team. And I was really proud of the way a team responded, and the coaches, and management, owners, everybody just hung in there and believed, and we never gave up, and we fought right till the end. And it showed us with our victory over Washington last game of the year. So we're a team that's never going to quit. We love the game. We got good character guys, and that's what you're going to get from us.
Can I tell you why it was a disappointing 7-9 to me? Even forget the 0-6. If you come up with a stop against the Cowboys, then I could really believe. You know what I mean? Like that was the first game to me, just as a fan watching the team. It's like, all right, let's find out where we are right now. Listen, a win's a win, and I don't expect you to apologize for any wins you guys had last year. You got a lot of wins where you were playing backup quarterbacks and teams that you quite frankly should have beaten. You should have beaten Minnesota, should have beaten Oakland. But when I take a look at that Cowboy game, if and it wasn't you because you weren't on the defense, come up with a stop in that moment, that changes the entire season. And that was the first really good team to play to kind of find out where you were, and you guys just couldn't get it done.
Right. Well, you know what? We're not here to make excuses. I'm not going to either. Granted, we should have won that game. We should win every game. That's the mindset that we have. And unfortunately, sometimes that's not the way the ball rolls. That's not the way it falls. We're not a team to sit back and think about, we feel bad for ourselves and make excuses why we lost. We just got to go out there and get it done. And, I think, this is just extra motivation. What our season we had last year is going to bring this season. And all the guys are motivated. There's great locker room. Great energy in the locker room right now. You can just feel everybody's excited. The newcomers are, really excited to be part of, a great organization, with such class and dignity that the Giants have. And, that's the common theme right now.